But what Hades also manages to do is bring back Mal's mother from her lizard form. Maleficent wonders where her daughter is, and Hades says, "Hold it, our girl is in birth." Maleficent is in shock that her daughter's finally giving birth to the next generation. And it happens. A girl with purple hair like her mother is born. She has her father's eyes, and she has mixed-matched eyes. The eyes of her mother and the eyes of her father. Mal wonders what this means, knowing that this could mean that her daughter could. But then Mal notices her daughter can do magic at a very young age and turn into a baby dragon. Except baby dragons, as we know, can't breathe fire yet. Instead, the baby just breathes smoke. Audrey runs in to notice that the baby's back to normal. Evie asks, "What are you going to call her?" Me and Ben have already thought of a name. We decided to combine our names. We wanted to name her Bertha. Maleficent asks, "Why?" It's a combination of her middle and her last name, and my first and her. It's her last name. For her first name, we decided Belle. We decided Belle. Decided Ball. What? You know, a combination of me and Mal's names. Ball, Bertha. What a perfect name. On the day of the christening, everyone from far and wide came to bestow gifts. Even the 3 fairies who gave Aurora her presents arrived. Knowing that we would have to retrust Maleficent's daughter would be hard, but we hope she'll be happy for all the days of her life. Now, Mother, you were invited, so no cursing the baby. Mal, I only curse babies if I'm not invited. I just hope that she has a better childhood than you did. Mom, how did your father manage to unreverse this spell with a little help from Fairy Godmother's wand? Yes. You see, there's a little way to reverse lizard spells that you don't know about. Hades Ember. Remember, the only thing more powerful than a curse from the scepter is my ember. Remember what I said about the ember getting wet? I said if the ember gets wet, it's game over. Uma would ask, "Am I late?" "Sorry, me and Harry were just picking out a present and we don't mean to be late." Uma and Harry arrived a few minutes late because Uma was too busy trying to pick out the right gift. The ending of Descendants, A Royal Wedding, now picks up then after that, we would not have a song, because Mao just got out of birth and needs to not sing. We then would cut to the doors opening with a woman wearing with a VK wearing a heart-shaped dress would appear. It would be Harda, daughter of the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland. Mao would ask what is she doing here? Mao would explain that her and Harda used to be friends on the Isle before she betrayed her. She revealed that Harda is the daughter of the wicked Queen of Hearts. She said that she used to rule the Isle of the Lost with an iron fist until she was stopped by her and Evie. Now this would reveal that was during her, Carlos, Evie, and Jay's years together when they finally became friends. Audrey would also arrive a little late because she was picking out the perfect present too. Sorry I'm late, hope I didn't miss anything. What took you so long? I was a little late. Now the daughter of the Queen of Hearts would ask Mao and her friends for help, saying, I need your help. Saying that she needs her help to return to Wonderland. Ben would say that part of his decree was to close all the rabbit holes, saying that Wonderland was too dangerous to return to. But Mao would say, as official queen, I say we reopen the rabbit holes. But what about the dangers in Wonderland? I'll be ready. Then Mao would ask Evie and Jay to come along in case her and Ben will need help. They agree, saying that it would be better if all three of them went to Wonderland together, knowing that they would need each other in order to survive Wonderland. Yes, I said they would need each other to survive the rabbit hole. With that, we would have our main protagonist almost. Mao would ask, but our daughter just was born. I can't leave her here alone. You won't. Audrey, would you do me a favor? I was originally a babysitter. I think I could handle babysitting your little bundle of joy. The baby would then breathe a puff of fire, her first little sprout of fire. Mao would say, "Aww, my baby's first puff of fire." Wait, so you mean your baby can turn into a dragon like you can? Yeah, of course. But she has some of Ben's genes in her. I don't think that's possible. It is possible. She is Mao and my daughter, after all. Mao would reveal that she put some, Mao said, as part of our wedding decrees, I may have put some of my magic into the baby when she was born. When I heard I was pregnant, I knew the baby would have some of my magic since she was brewing in my tummy. So that means you knew that she had magic? Well, not very strong magic like me when I was her age. Just some pretty weak magic. Her magic will birth late, Mal. After all, you were a late bloomer too. Mom, don't reveal that. Everyone doesn't need to know about my late blooming and my magic. How late did Mal's magic bloom? 2 years. She started her magic about 12 years old. 12? That's not a long time to not learn magic. I didn't train her with my spellbook, though. Maleficent revealed that Mal wasn't trained with her spellbook. Because the spellbook doesn't work on the Isle of the Lost, and neither does magic. Thanks to King Ben, magic doesn't work on the Isle of the Lost. Well, at least now it does, because now the Isle of the Lost has access to everything that Auradon has. Because now that the barrier's opened, Mal talked with Ben about opening cell connection for the Isle of the Lost. That was an agreement that they made when they were getting ready to make their vows. We're going to make it out of Wonderland alive, because we're rotten to the core. But then the baby says it as well, as Mal says it one more time. We can do this! Because we're rotten. To the core. Her first words! Mal would be in tears hearing her baby's first words are rotten to the core. Ben would say, she is Mal's daughter after all. I wish you luck. Because now that we didn't know what lies down the rabbit hole now that we took over Auradon. What does that mean? What my father means to say is, we don't know what lies in Wonderland now. We don't know what lies under the rabbit hole now. As Mal would reveal that there's a page in the spellbook missing, Maleficent would say, here's the spell you need. It's on page 945. Look on page 945 and say these words. Wait, this is the spell I used when we sang that. Mal would remember the song, Ways to be Wicked, and remember the song, remember the words of the spell she used. Wicked ways beneath the skin, let all who taste it now join in. Wicked ways down the rabbit hole, let all who come now join in. As a rabbit hole portal would reopen, Audrey would say, you're gonna need someone to lead you down there. Audrey would walk up saying that, Ben, could you or your mother watch the baby? Because I know what's down that rabbit hole and the VKs don't. Yes, it's a good idea. But we're going to need another guide to Wonderland. Are there any VKs related to Alice here at Auradon Prep? Are there any AKs here related to Alice at Auradon Prep? There's one. Then we need her. You don't mean Allie, do you? She's a little strange. Allie's your best bet down that rabbit hole. She knows Wonderland better than anyone since she is her mother's daughter. Mom, we'll be back before you know it. Good luck. How do you know about Wonderland so much? I've been there once in a while. Your mom really knows everything about Wonderland, doesn't she? Allie, we need your help. If you're going to Wonderland, you're really going to need the guide. A team of Mal, Evie, Carlos, a team of Mal, Jay, Evie, and Audrey would go, as Audrey now replaces Carlos as the fourth member of the team. Let's go. Because we're rotten to the core. As the Rotten to the Core song would play in the background. Mal and the others wouldn't sing, as Carlos was part of the original song. Without him, they can't really do their number. Jay would say, well, Audrey's sort of our replacement. She did a pretty bad thing. Hey, why don't we make Audrey our replacement? She did a thing VK worthy. You're right. Why me? You did something totally VK wicked worthy. Why don't you come? Come on, it'll be fun. As the VKs would travel down the rabbit hole, the VKs would ask, Allie, how long till we reach the bottom? We should crash any minute. As Malwood and the others would land in Wonderland, the rest of the Mal would turn into a dragon in order to catch the others. How did Mal turn into a dragon? Doesn't Wonderland magic is the same as Isle magic? As Audrey would say, but Mal would then turn back into herself with Audrey saving her. Now consider us even. As Audrey remembers the kindness Mal showed her. You saved me. Consider us even. Now you can consider us even. As Mal would use one of her spells to reopen the Wonderland, Mal wouldn't bother with using the little door, saying that we could just use a magical spell to get through the door. Well, then you would need but we still would need the key though. Because you see, the door's locked. But there's not enough potion for everyone to use. Does your mother have any shrinking spells in that spellbook of hers? My mother gave me the pages for the Wonderland spells, but she didn't give me the spell for the Wonderland spell. But then the Queen of Hearts' daughter would land, saying, "If you want that spell, I could give you a hand. Your mother and my mother combined spells in that very same book." Look on page 938. 938. Aha! 938. After that, we would have the usual Wonderland setup, with them meeting the White Rabbit's son, Harry White. Hair White. "You must be Mel, Evie, and Carlos. My name is Hair White, the son of the White Rabbit, if I am correct." Alright, so now we move on to the next part of the timeline. We left off right after they met Hair White, the son of the White Rabbit.